Hey everyone, welcome back to Wolf Trip for that second part of the Angkor temples. So last time, if you didn't see my video, my latest video, I invite you to click to that link or over there to watch it because you will get a better understanding to understand that video. So last time we talked about how in 802 the Khmer Empire started, and also how the capital of the Khmer Empire went back and forth from Angkor to Kokir and Angkor again. On that video, I'm gonna take you into a tour with me to discover those beautiful temples, but I will also give you a lot of history about a very, very important king who was Jayavarman VII. At first, I went to visit Banteay Kdei. I'm so sorry for the pronunciation. It's very hard for me. And this Banteay Kdei is a temple just nearby Strasrang, where we finished the latest video. So Banteay Kdei means a citadel of chambers. This temple has been built in the mid-12th century to the 13th century during the reign of Jayavarman VII. This king has ruled the Khmer Empire from 1181 to 1218, and he is considered as the most powerful and prestigious of the Khmer monarchs. Indeed, during his reign, the king built many temples, but also many hospitals, roads, and rest houses along those roads. He is also the one who established Buddhism as the national religion. So when you go visit the temples in Angkor, you will find temples dedicated to Hinduism and Buddhism. All the temples built before the 12th century are Hindu temples, and starting from the 12th century, the temples are Buddhist temples. I also had the chance to talk with a tour guide that informed me that some Hindu temples have seen some modification during the time to turn them into Buddhist temples after the 12th century. So what is special about that temple is that it has been occupied by monks among the time and until the 1960s, so very recently. Many Buddhist temples were built, including Banteay Kdei from the middle of the 12th century to early 13th century when Jayavarman VII was ruling. Though Jayavarman VII was credited with building many temples, he was also accused of squandering money on extravagant temple building projects at the expense of society and other duties. This is my first temple from Angkor temples, and gosh, this is not the biggest one. This is not apparently the more beautiful, whatever, but I'm already so impressed. Look at that, this is crazy. And when you think that it was built like 900 years ago, like this is just so impressive. And this is one among so many of them. Okay, at the beginning I wanted to keep like kind of the best for the end, but I'm just gonna go to the Tomb Raider temple right now. So it's just next to it. I'm gonna drive for like I guess like it's 5 minutes maximum and enjoy that beautiful temple. I think this one is quite big, so it's gonna take a lot of time, especially because I want to stop to make some good pictures. This beautiful temple has been built in the Bayan style largely in the late 12th and early 13th century and was originally called Rajavihara, which means the monastery of the king. And if you listened to me closely before, you know that this temple is a Buddhist temple because it was built in the late 12th century. UNESCO inscribed that Prohm on the World Heritage List in 1992, and we can clearly understand why. This temple is such a beauty. It is one of the most visited temples in Angkor due to the gorgeous and atmospheric combination of trees growing out of the ruins and the forest environs.
Why? Because insane. Cambodia is one of the tropical countries, hot but wet. So it's easy for tree, for botanic to be on. This is the reason. Yeah, that is just the reason. Yeah.
Thank you for the information.
No problem.
Amazing. The so-called Tom Rider Temple is dedicated to the family of the most influential king of the Khmer Empire, Jayavarman VII, but more specifically to his mother. Indeed, the temple's main image, representing Prajnaparamita, the personification of wisdom, was modeled on the king's mother. But this temple forms also a complementary with the Preah Khan temple because this monastery was dedicated to his father. Let me show you some beautiful shot that I took from that temple. It's from far my favorite temple, and I think you will understand why. I'll show you. With those kind of places, I really feel like Tomb Raider in the games. When I used to play the games, because I remember in all the games, you always had like this vegetation a lot, and with like all into the nature, you could only hear like the birds singing like here. This is amazing. I really like this temple. Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay, dangerous place. Preah Khan, which in Khmer means holy sword, was given that name by Jayavarman VII in recognition of his victory in combat against an invading Khmer force from a kingdom in what is now Vietnam in the year 1191. So when Jayavarman VII was crowned in 1181, he was already 61 years old. In addition to having accomplished an expansion of the Khmer territory and having built many infrastructure for the development of the empire, he was also a very great warrior. He managed with his military activities to bring southern Laos, portion of Malay Peninsula, and Burma under his control. Let's go back to our temple now. So, entryways, towers, ceremonial areas, courtyards, shrines, and a variety of connecting corridors, as well as a hall of dancers, are all features of the temple complex. French archaeologists, art historians, and architects meticulously documented the fascinating structures they discovered mysteriously hidden away in the overgrown vegetation at the end of the 19th century. The focus of Cambodia's reconstruction effort has been Angkor since the Khmer regime's downfall. I hope you really enjoy discovering those beautiful temples in my company and that you have now a better understanding for the reason why Jayavarman VII was such a very powerful king at that time. But I think he also represents the most powerful king in all Cambodian history. To sum up, while already old, he built an unprecedented number of temples, religious structures, and infrastructure projects in just 30 years. The empire was also expanded to its greatest extent ever during this time. So thank you so much for watching that video. We are already over 200 people who are getting more and more into that channel from day to day. So I'm really excited for that. Thank you so much for the support, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I tell you, see you soon, because there are many stories to tell and experiences to live. Cheers!